Hey, it's Sarah here, and I have something very excited for you. And I'm doing this on multiple platforms, so bear with me. I want to share with you that I have been hitting and exceeding three major goals consistently, and I wanted to talk to you about what's behind the scenes so that you can do the same. See, I have been reaching and exceeding financial goals while I only work a few days per week, typically between 3 and 4, and I get to support the right clients, helping them change their lives, and it feels amazing. In the meantime, I have paid off enormous amount of debt that I have accumulated, leveraged to get to this point, and I can't tell you how profoundly grateful I am for being able to do so. And most importantly, above it all, I get to have a marriage that is much stronger than it used to be, and a connection with my husband that is much deeper than it used to be. And I have this energy available to play with and consciously parent my girls. And there are simply no words to explain and put into words what that means to me. So, like I said, I want to share with you two simple truths and 6 mindset and strategic shifts so that you can experience the same without losing your sanity, doing all the crazy shit and pleasing all the wrong people. And this will be good, so lean in and listen up. Now, whether you're an action taker, right, who loves your freedom, who loves flexibility and has the winning attitude in business and life, or perhaps you're a nurturer by nature and you love building relationships, are deeply invested in personal development, and are invested in empowering your people with your gifts and expertise. Perhaps you're somebody who strives for stability and tradition, and you love your systems and are committed to efficiency. Or perhaps you're a deep thinker and a master problem solver who always sees the big picture. Take notes, come on a journey with me. So for me, it all started with going after my money goal first, because I simply believed that reaching them would bring me confidence and freedom and happiness and more free time and ability to create new experiences, not to mention ability to really do more with my clients and for my clients, and the ability to make a greater impact on the world. Here is the first truth, especially for those of you who are going after your goals, big and small, it doesn't really matter as long as you're moving forward. Because, somewhere deep inside, you do believe that reaching that particular goal will help you and bring you, and insert the dotted line in which you here insert your void that you're actually trying to fill, right? Whatever is your belief that you will receive. So the thing is that you have to first give to yourself that which you think and believe and expect reaching that particular goal will bring you. For me, like I said, it was money. So I can already hear some of you saying, well, but Sarah, how on earth can I give to myself that when I'm overwhelmed and disconnected and I feel lonely? Because we all know it gets lonely in the top. I feel uninspired and underpaid and stressed out, not to mention stuck in some outdated system that somebody else has put in place. Maybe you are literally breathing on gills, through gills, as we have an expression in Slovenia where I'm from, breathing through gills, right? Just to keep everybody else happy and satisfied. I will show you in this video and this audio exactly how you can do that. But first, I want to take a look with you into what happens if you don't. What was going on behind the closed doors of my office and my home, and underneath that perfect smile that you got to see in on the social media or in the videos, and behind layers of makeup hiding those dark circles underneath my eyes, is actually this. I would sit at my desk at any given moment, sometimes at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I would be looking at these goals and I felt really triggered. For some reason, I believed that I was not worthy of receiving, creating, experiencing, celebrating those goals. And I even went so far as wondering at times, like, why would I even need so much? right? What would I ever do with such amount of money? And I would smaller down the goals because, you know, thou shalt be humble and spiritual, right? Now, looking at those goals and everything else in place would even make me angry, honestly, because no matter how hard I worked, nothing changed. And I kept feeling trapped, unheard, and missing out. Not to mention, I felt guilty because I would feel that I was letting down my girls and my husband, who they deserved, you know, having a present mom and a happy wife. And there was one promise in particular that I kept bringing up and I kept feeling so guilty about. When I graduated from my MBA, I turned to my husband and was like, I'm going to get you the Beamer. And all this time later, I thought to myself, I should be able to fulfill that promise by now. So that, you know, cycle kept continuing. Doing so, obviously, as any human nature and natural human reaction, would send me into a panic mode, because when the money did come in, it also went out. There was this invoice and it was that project, and the list went on and on and on, and the cycle continued. Now, here's a good question. Who in their right mind would be willingly put themselves through any of this over and over and over? This girl, yes, I did. Actually, it was my ego who did. Because here's the thing, right? That's what makes you successful. 10K, 20K, whatever K months, or 3-day work weeks with an army of assistants and systems that enable it all, or sipping pina coladas in the tropics and running your business bikini style, or cranking out a ton of content that your clients are buying regularly. But, you know, something's still missing. It's not just about the content, right? So tell you what, on my end, in my experience, there were two numbers that kept growing. The one on the scale, because, you know, the fridge was always there, and the one that comes after that negative sign on the statement. Yep, they kept going up. And seeing those numbers, to say at least, it left me confused and frustrated, because by now, not only was I not reaching my goals, but the hole that I kept digging was getting deeper and deeper and deeper. So I had to first dig out myself out of this hole before I could go on and try to reach my goals. So again, like I said, I felt confused and I had this frustration going on, and you could feel it all around. The thing was that the hardest, you know, the hard work and high performing mindset that I still had from the years of being an international athlete that brought me all the accolades in the academic environment that I had built my career on, and every other imaginable thing, all of a sudden no longer worked. It was simply not enough. So the truth is that at the time, I honestly had no idea how to get out there, how to even get, you know, to where I wanted to be without getting a divorce. Not that that would even solve anything, but it crossed my mind, to be honest. It went really far and really deep. In fact, I was looking through my notes the other week and I came across my old journal, and there it was, all the spreadsheets, all the strategies, all the tactics of different combinations of how many clients I would need to serve and how many sales I would need to get and how to get them, whether it was courses or programs or one-on-one work or whatever. Not on monthly, but on weekly basis. Freaking headache. No wonder I kept sabotaging myself, because I knew that there had to be a better way. But what I did, yeah, my ego kept looking at those numbers. So, as I said, the cycle continued. So perhaps this is something that, you know, you have experienced too. And that's the reason why I wanted to be so transparent, to make sure that you understand you are not alone. And no matter what level of your success, it is going on and going on and going on until you really nip it at the, you get to the root of things. And not only you nip you cut the tree off, you pull it out and you burn the hole, right? As one of my mentors says. So on my end, what was really going on as the cycle kept continue is that I was scared because the old business model I knew intellectually had no capacity to handle any of that. And that kept me spinning in the but how question. And I kept strategizing and I kept thinking and I kept going back to the drawing board. Again, my ego was happy because my mind kept being busy. All of that ignited numerous arguments with my husband because, I kept hiding behind that mask of independent woman, while in reality, I was simply filled with insecurities and I'm telling you, a ton of subconscious barriers. It caused me to majorly doubt and judge myself because, I did believe that somehow I was my results. And yet I wasn't having what I really wanted, at least not at the same time. And for what I did have, I had to work my ass off. And I simply kept shooting and cutting and wooding myself. Who wouldn't? And that again sent me into hiding, even though I was hiding in plain sight. The thing was that, I, at the same time, when I was unable to help myself, my clients kept coming to me, and together we did reach their massive income and lifestyle goals consistently over and over and over again. But somehow I was not able to figure out what exactly it was that I was able to do for them, because obviously I wasn't able to help myself. So I kept playing smaller and smaller and smaller and hiding in plain sight. I kept showing up, but I wasn't really showing up. You know what I mean? So that started to affect not just myself and the business, but my kids. And that's where I really, really, really had to do something about it, because my two little ones simply needed my attention. They did not need me there to be reading the book at night and then secretly checking my inbox and my phone. Did somebody comment or did somebody respond to one of my emails or something like that? They could see it. There was no hiding from them, and they simply reflected everything right back at me. And not to mention, it did affect my health. Not just the numbers on the scale, it started to show in many different ways. So I had to do something. Well, for starters, here's what it was, right? Deep down inside, I knew that there had to be a better way, and that I had this vision for a better life, even though I had no idea how exactly I was going to get there. Yeah, even the strategist in me had no idea how exactly to get there, because I wasn't even sure what I wanted. The big goal, like I said earlier, it was like, well, who am I to deserve it, right? The only thing I had was faith, and I kept going on. So at this point, you might be wondering, what was it that shifted everything? What was it that activated those quantum leaps that I was able to create? Was it a strategy? Healing? Was there some secret formula or a system or a blueprint, or did somebody just smack me on the back of my head? The answer is yes. Yes to all of it, and I learned that it had to come from me. Not the numbers on the bank account or a scale or a scoreboard or on a clock. So here are the 6 mindset shifts that occurred that enabled me to make this leap. Knowing self-worth. Yes, even and especially when my credit card were maxed out or even frozen. Daring to go and do what made me feel good no matter what. And that included taking my girls to Europe for 4 months. It required my willingness to really open up, especially to the one person that I should have done it before, right? But I haven't, my husband. I had to learn and allow myself to be really honest and have those difficult conversations with him, to completely shift my energy and be willingly vulnerable without knowing what the outcome or his reaction would be. I had to take radical responsibility for my own thoughts, beliefs, emotions, actions, and ultimately results. And with that, I learned how to break the rules. And even though I was taking massive action, It wasn't always the physical doing of things that did the trick. That was, I think, the hardest one for me to comprehend. And then especially, I had the determination to keep investing in having the best mentors by my side to assure that I kept moving forward in the right direction, aware of my blind spots, and through all of those self-imposed limiting beliefs, and especially beyond my zone of comfort. So here we are today, and I feel so fucking proud that I never, ever gave up. Yes, they were days when the thought has crossed my mind though. So with that, here's the second truth. This is the exact same picture that my clients paint to me when we first talk about their own desires and their own perception of what it will take to get them to where they want to be. And yes, it goes for those with sex. Can you tell that something's on my mind? Yeah, it goes for those with 6-figure years or 6-figure months or 6-figure days, even those with 6-figure sales. It doesn't matter. When they come to me, they all have the same fears, same doubts. Even though they have same desires, they still have those deeply rooted defense mechanisms. They just are operating on a different level and have different things at stake. So the old paradigms, as we noticed, are still deeply rooted. What can you do, right? You have come so far. There's got to be something that you want to and are willing to do for yourself in order to get yourself to where you want to be. There are 4 things I'm going to share with you. First, merge your soul genius, your gifts, your skills, and your business and purpose all together. Allow yourself to play on multiple levels in order to create and bring to your new reality a vision and all the possibilities so that you can really become that unstoppable leader that you know you are deep down inside. Second, heal your deep wounds, generational and cultural programming and patterns. Do take off your limitations blinders. Dissolve any barriers preventing you from expanding your capacity to co-create and receive it all. You have it in you. Third, use your work and your business as a vehicle for the highest level of transformation and service. Ensure that it all works for you, not against you, and that it's sustainable and scalable in ways that gives you free time, profits, and energy that you crave. Number 4, integrate self-mastery and unapologetical and radical self-care into your success strategies, because that alone enables you to be at your best so that you give the best to your premium clients, to your team, to your causes, not to mention your family. It's simple, right? Simply decide how good you want to feel and how serious you are about it. See, whether it's collapsing your annual revenues into a month, a day, or a sale, or perhaps it's multiplying your possibilities and freeing hours of free time in your schedule. Perhaps it's hiring the team or simplifying the tech to work for you, or trading your office chair for a chair, actually a seat on transatlantic or trans-Pacific flight for your family vacations. Again, another one this year. Or whether you want to feel alive, empowered, or just more connected to yourself, and anything in between, here's the deal. My clients and I have done it, and it would be my absolute pleasure to help you too. That's exactly why I decided to create and make available to you 3 things, because I want to make sure that wherever you are, I meet you exactly there and guide you to where you want to be. Of course, that does depend on how far you dare to go and how deep you dare to go. So here's the deal. If you're somebody who is, on the outside, people would say, oh, she has it all. You have the success, the spouse, the house, the kids, and hosting VIP days at the Ritz. No, we're not going to be singing. Or perhaps you're experiencing the things that used to be simple and easy and exciting are not anymore. And now those 16-hour work days are still scaling your business, but are wearing you down and into the ground. Maybe it's your sanity, your family, your relationships, and your health that are paying price that's way too high for keep living the life that you have outgrown. In the meantime, if it was only that, that's one thing, but you're still making yourself available for all the wrong people, for the clients that are not the right fit anymore. So what you do is that you're leaving on the table the difference between where you are right now and what you do right now and where you ought to be. And so you are you are paying for things that no longer work for you. They're not aligned anymore, or trying to fix things that are not even broken. All of that is leaving you profit deprived, I assume. So this is for you if you are yearning for something more, something different, more congruent, pleasurable, certainly more soulful, worthy, and fun. Like having more time with your family, for yourself, ability to create opportunities and unforgettable experiences, not to mention creating greater impact with ease and simplicity and more purpose. And this is definitely for you if you know in your soul that you are done chasing after the illusion of somebody else's definition of success. Because you know what? You can create your own. Sounds right? Awesome. So here are the three possibilities. First one is a high-level, high-touch private mentoring. Give yourself a gift of 90 days to start with, and a commitment to yourself and your to be untamed inner lioness and to be uncaged leaps to freedom and happiness with strategic simplicity. Provided, of course, that we are a good fit. Second option is a high connection, exclusive mastermind community. It is for you if you want to give yourself a gift of leverage and private guidance that you need in taking your business and life to the level where you truly desire to be. And the third option for you is a high value self-study and a do at your own speed training, actually a series of those trainings so that you can give yourself the gift of new perspective, fresh ideas, greater vision, and limitless possibilities to really create the exact framework and strategies that you need to keep moving forward in the right direction. Investment for those really ranges from free to less than $500 and available instantly at the click. The only thing I'm asking you is that you do it for yourself. The best time to get started was yesterday. The second best time is today, and here's why. You deserve it. Working harder is not the answer, and quick fixes are already wearing off. Your highest potential, as you and I both know, is yet to be tapped, and your gifts are priceless. And I certainly hope from the bottom of my heart that you realize that being in your energy is a privilege. So I look forward to seeing you on the inside. Thank you for being here with me. Again, my name is Sara Oblak Speicher, and I'm a mentor, paradigm shifter, and a strategist. And I can't wait to help you create the mindset mastery so that you can create a business impact and the best life yet.